Hey guys, welcome to the Blue Collar Business Podcast, where we discuss the realest, rawest, most relevant stories and strategies behind building every corner of a blue collar business. I'm your host, Cy Kirby, and I want to help you. What it took me, trial and error, and a whole lot of money to learn. The information that no one in this industry is willing to share. Whether you're under that shade tree or have your hard hat on, let's expand your toolbox. Guys, welcome back to another episode of a special edition Blue Collar Business Podcast. We are calling this Date Night. If you missed part one was about intimacy and personal connection and emotional, just basically how we deal with each other's emotions during marriage and business. And if you guys didn't go check that out, please do. I have my wonderful wife sitting down with me, and we're doing a 4-part series here. And essentially, the podcast is kind of laid out like a little bit of a date night. We've got an appetizer course, first course, and if you missed the main course questions yesterday, I even teared up. So that was pretty cool. Today's episode is all about time and how to protect it, share it, and not lose each other in the middle of a non-stop schedule. So let's get into it, Mama. Thanks for co-hosting again. I really like you co-hosting. I'm not gonna lie. I think we could probably bring some guests in, and you could help me co-host this show very well. So, what's a typical day look like for us? Wake up to shut down.
Well,
let's just start right there so they know what we're facing.
Yeah. So, you want summer schedule or school schedule?
Give us school schedule.
Okay. School schedule is 5:30 wake up, mom and daddy. You and I get ready. We start the day. Then I typically will go start on the kids' lunches, getting them up, getting the breakfast. You will get your day kind of planned and
look at the 4 calendars.
Yes, and kind of do that. And then we all will typically walk out the door about 7:15. And then from there, we say prayers, walk out the door. You go to work, depending on what your day looks like. I don't know what you do during the day, so I can't attest to that. But
yeah, I do nothing.
Yeah, you just go to the office and stuff.
That's right. You just sit there.
Whatever. And then I will drop the kids off at school. And then come back to the house and get myself ready for work and the day. And then I will work.
Either or, handle all the personal things that's included in our lives.
Doctor's appointments, DMV trips.
Football games, basketball games.
Get ready for this and that.
Your day can be consisting of working on APAR, or it can be a run into full of appointments, but your one definite day you're in the office is Wednesdays.
Yes.
Whether it's summer or...
Yeah. And Wednesdays is my office days. If you need me at the office, Wednesdays, 9 to 2. Okay? That's when I work in the office. That does not mean that's the only time I'm working, but...
We actually just got you a wonderful desk set up at home.
Yes, and it's going to be so glorious. I'm so excited. I can actually sit in our main living space and work with the kiddos.
During summertime.
Yeah, yes.
More of a summertime schedule, and that's kind of why we did it, but it's we have a very busy life, but okay. We get through the day, get kiddos picked up, right?
Kids get picked up at 2:10, which seems really short now that we're talking about it. I feel like when we went to school, it lasted forever.
Yeah.
And now
it's 3:30 or 4 o'clock.
8 o'clock, they start school and they're off school by 2:10.
2:30, I think. 3:10. 3:10.
No, 3:10?
Yeah, it's 3:10, Mama.
Are you sure?
Positive. You're in the school line by 2:10, probably.
So We're about to start school schedule again, so I'll get back into the rhythm of it. But even 3 o'clock does not seem like that long of a day. But I mean, I guess they're kindergartners, so it's not like...
Get the kiddos scooped and...
Sorry.
No, you're fine. And we're heading for a house.
Yep. And
that's part of our day.
Yeah. And then dinner on the table by 6. That's the goal. It does not always happen, but the goal is 6 o'clock. We try to have family dinner at 6 o'clock. Bedtimes, that's what we're kind of working with. That's our family
dynamic. And obviously, you guys know, my day can consist of school schedule. I want to throw this out there since we're talking about time today, and something that's more valuable to me than money. Took me a long time to figure that out, but I take the kids to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to get into a little bit of how I ensure that, family time is there, and it's important for me on Tuesdays and Thursdays to get that little bit of time with my babies before I start the day, and it's rejuvenating. I get to see them. I get to tell them to be a leader every single time they get out of that truck, and I get their hugs and their kisses. Mama really likes it, but 5 days a week of the same thing, it's a lot. And throw baby K on top of it.
Yeah, we do have to say, like, our schedule is going to look much different this year.
Yeah, it is.
Because we have a baby.
Yeah.
So that's going to change things around a little bit, but...
My day can consist from being on a job site at 8 o'clock going through a problem. Could be sprinkled a little bit of filming at that job site, whether Will's with me or not. Maybe working with a superintendent on an issue, maybe working with a customer on some extra work. There's so many different things. I'm kind of serving that ops manager role still, but and that project manager role as we have a superintendent on a track. That's going to alleviate a little bit of my time. And actually, just really quickly here, guys, we're looking for an ops manager at SciCon that would alleviate a lot of the operations off of me. And we're looking for the right candidate. We're not in any rush, but you can check out the application on LinkedIn or go to our website, sciconexe.com, and check out the job description there. Mama would really appreciate you showing up sooner rather than later. Moving past that, but our typical day, you just never know on your side of the table from 8 to 5. On my side, it's going to be working, and it's usually 7 to 5. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I really strive to be home before 5 o'clock, right at 5 o'clock. Some days it just doesn't flat happen. But if I'm going to sacrifice that family time, it better be for something really dire, stress situation, either emergency for tomorrow, have to go get a certain kind of tool that night. I mean, it's really got to be something so... Anyhow, I'm just trying to preface that I really cherish that time. And
do you ever feel like you 100% clock off of work? Or do you feel like you more so, shift change from work to home?
Really good question. The day-to-day stuff leaves me pretty easily, but the vision, the future, where it's going, where it could go, that never stops. And it's...
I know, but do you ever feel like you get to clock out of SciCon and come home? So you just shift change from the day-to-day.
It's a shift. It's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
I still am. Yeah, and I struggled with this identity crisis for a very long time. There's people that still call me SciCon. That's all they know me for. But I'm Cy Kirby at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's, for this long, almost decade now, I've been SciCon. And so it's been very hard for me to differentiate the two, me personally speaking.
Yeah.
And you've watched me go through this identity crisis, especially over the last year. And I definitely shift change to answer your question, but it's a shift in my mindset. And no one knows better and has seen me do it. There's some days I'm terrible at it, and there's other days that I'm much better at it.
Yeah.
Not that I want to be thinking about work, not that I want to be thinking about the day-to-day or this bill or that bill or this invoice or that estimate. I want to be thinking about what baseball team Colt's going to end up on in fall, and how Sadie's a incredible artist and won her kindergarten art show. Baby K is just literally changing me. I've said it so many times, very publicly. His third baby, she got me. Whew, it's bad. And changing me for the better, though, and making me see things a lot differently. And it's hard, guys. You guys know how hard it is. But I think we said this in the first episode as well. You learn through experience about the things that are really important.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like when I say that, I'm talking about business stuff that you feel in year 1 and year 2 are just going to take you out. They're just, go bankrupt right now. And in year 6, you're like, that's a Tuesday, bro. Like, calm down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a lie, guys. I mean, it's just experience, and you figure out that what if that your mind is going to immediately, because of this cause, this in effect, that effect, you're just thinking, oh, it's over. But once you live that effect because of that cause, you're like, it really ain't that bad. And so I think through that process, you really start to understand that, yeah, it's really not a big deal. That'll be there tomorrow. It'll all be there tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And it definitely does take some thought process. I would say the biggest, and I know there's a lot of blue-collar guys that would agree with me, it's that 5 to 10 minutes out in that driveway. And I know, I can't tell, there's some times that I spend a little bit longer. But that, when I rush into the house and I don't have that 5 to 10 minutes, say a little quick prayer, good Lord, help me bury this, put it away on the shelf. I got to be there for them kiddos tonight. I got to be there for Mama. She had a hard day today, and she just heard, terrible news all day in every scenario she's had. And I know when I walk through this door, I've got to be her pillar of strength. And you may be absolutely crushed beyond existence, but you have to pull yourself together, find strength within yourself or the good Lord, and walk in there and be that dad and be that husband, even when you can't. And it's hard, guys. It's really, really hard. But that 5 to 10 minutes in that driveway, for me, helps me, quote unquote, clock out.
Yeah.
But as you know, Mom, you would probably agree that it's really hard to just fully clock out.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Well, we're moving here. That's a little appetizers for you. Moving on here. Got a question for you, Mama. When is a time that the business completely, oh man, woo. Y'all ready for this? We're going right into the first course here. When is a time that business completely took over our life, and how did it impact our marriage?
Well, I don't know how much you've talked about this on the podcast, but when we originally started Cycon, we had business partners, and we ended up parting ways with them.
Very non-conducive agreement. Oh my God.
The thing is that looking back, you have 2020 vision, but in the moment, like, we thought we were doing what was best. And, if we could go back and do it again, we would do it differently, but we can't. So we learned. But when we were exiting the partnership, it was a really chaotic time. It just really turned the business into like our whole life. And when that was happening, we were also building our house, and we were also running the business. We had 2 young babies on, like,
living in 586 square feet, 2 dogs, 2 kids.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I think during that time, it really caused you and I to, I feel like we grew in our strength separately, but we were not working together as a team to get anything accomplished.
Yeah, there was no cohesiveness.
Yeah. So it was like,
I was trying to do what you needed me to do, and you were trying to do what I needed to do.
Yeah.
We really didn't communicate. Hey,
Yeah.
This is really what I need.
we were not working together at all.
Exactly.
At all.
Yep.
At all. It was a trying time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Thanks for not giving up on me.
Yeah, thanks for not giving up on me too. Didn't make it easy, that's for sure.
Neither one of us did.
No.
And it's those experiences, though, that truly sharpen the sword,
Yeah. No.
sharpen the tool. The next time we got to use the tool.
Yeah. Yep. How do you deal with the mental load when you're constantly thinking about the next job, the next invoice, the next customer, even on date night or kids' baseball games?
I don't even know how to put it into words because I still do it. And I'm not going to sit here and lie like I don't.
Yeah.
But the wandering mindset, I know this sounds crazy, but it's discipline of, if I'm at a baseball game, look, I remember being a kid, dadgummit, and my dad not being there.
Yeah.
God dang, I didn't know I was going to go through a process during this deal, but, I swore to you that when it came to being a dad, that I was going to show them what it was supposed to be like, not what I experienced.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier for me coming from the broken place home.
Yeah.
And having that experience through life of looking over at that sideline and going, Back then it was a hockey rink. And I remember a lot of times searching for people, And I don't want my kids to ever do that.
No.
And so that makes the games fun, and I'm super competitive, but that one's pretty easy because of trauma triggers.
Yeah.
But date night, I'm sorry, Mama. There's times you're sitting there and we'll be talking and we don't get date night. I'm telling you guys, it is July and this is probably...
We have a 6-month-old. Like...
The first time we've sat down with each other, other than business, straight up business talk, where it had to be a business conversation. But I'm telling you guys, we'll go out on town, have a great night, and then I'll just freeze. Oh my God, I forgot about this. And she'll know. Hey, what do you think about? Nothing. Okay. And we'll just move on. But hey, that's when, you good? Yep, good. Bury it, move on. Because tomorrow it'll be there. She's too important. Them kiddos are too important for us to, for us to miss it. They just need you to be there, It's not even that hard. You just need to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've made a lot of mistakes in I ain't missed but 2 ball games out of the 5 years he's played. Not missed a whole lot of practices. And that's a little bit easier. And I know you need me to be there.
Yeah.
Now, it's taken me some time. The first 5 years, I was terrible at it. Even when the kids were babies. And also, too, I was kind of lost, though, straight up. When that first baby, I joke about it now. Every dad should have to have 3 kids because you finally figure it out by the 3rd one. With baby Kay, baby Caroline, I have been there day 1. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Eat, poop, sleep, but there's more to it than that. And it's more involved. And, with Colton, with our first 2, it was, well, Sadie was a little bit better. There ain't no doubt. But Colt, I was not. I didn't even, I was working out still really hardcore. I had my priorities all messed up. And you needed me. And I wasn't there, especially when Colt was first born. And baby 3, baby 2 showed me that. And I've, definitely not tried to do the same thing twice. But sorry, I've got a little off here. But truly, babe, I'm sorry for those day nights that I wander because I try so hard.
I know. But I think it's also like, there's times that I'm like, yo, stop talking about Psychon.
Everything in our life is either those business or the business or the kids.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But that is our life.
Oh, yeah.
We've sacrificed a lot of our happiness and things that we've necessarily wanted.
Yeah.
The boats, the fun stuff. We had a lot of fun in our 20s, but we worked our 20s away.
Yeah, we did.
And here we are sitting here 33, 34 years old. But I'm really excited about the future, babe.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
No, absolutely.
But I look forward to always just being there. Each one, that. I'm sorry on those days that I'm not real present.
It's okay.
Although I want to be. Anyways, let's move on.
Life lessons, and the moment you got it perfect, you're done. So you can take a little while to figure it out, How do we...
You know what? I am so done with this. I am the host around here. You keep asking me... I love it, babe. Shoot 'em. Fire away.
You just don't... You just don't like the spotlight on me, on you.
It's challenging.
Whatever.
Especially these questions are challenging. I've got to say. I mean, we're trying to be real with you guys and literally shine the spotlight on kind of our failures and our experiences.
Yeah.
And trying to be as real and transparent through our honesty when we didn't have it all put together. So
figure it out.
Go ahead, Mo.
How do we handle moments when one of us I'm really excited to hear your answer on this. How do we handle moments when one of us wants to rest and the other one is still in grind mode?
I don't even know how to answer that. We both need rest really badly. We really need some rest, some true rest, especially in this last year.
I know, but like when I'm like,
can we not clean the house today?
I'm just talking about this, and you're like, answer.
I've got to have an answer tonight, babe. And you're just looking at me like, you're not going to get anything out of me tonight.
No.
Tomorrow's a new day, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Joy comes in the morning, honey.
It sure does. And
how do we handle this?
It's harder for me because I'm always in grind mode since you met me.
I agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
And my mind is always 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 6 months, 2 years, 5 months. And I'm just constantly, every move I make now, I know defines 6 months from now. I know defines a year from now. And I'm so hypercritical of myself. So I never have enough time to overanalyze. And you're right, I am an overthinker. And I overthink a lot of things. But at the same time, when you look at me and you say, baby doll, I need some sleep. Leave me alone. Hey, I've really had it. Will you take baby K? And you never ask me. I can just see it though. I can see and I can feel the aura in the room of, oh, okay, she did just lay out an entire plan last night of everything that we're going to get done, but she needs rest. And I want to enjoy that with you. It's taken me probably till the past couple of years, and still bad now. I got to say, I'm not the best at it, but really working on it. And those moments where she kind of opens up to me, because Sara is the person that will never let me see weakness. She feels like we're in competition all the time. And like, well, he's not as hard as you. You had a hard day. I didn't do this, and you did that, and I did this, and you did it. And I said, I didn't raise 3 kids all day. You know? And sometimes I just don't understand why her brain works like that. You know, we're going at this together, but she just wants to make sure that, you know, she's being a proper team member and a team player. And I have to recognize, and apologies for the slower recognition over the years, to figure out that Mama just needs a nap on the couch. And that's okay at 2 o'clock on a Saturday. And I'm not really wired that way. Never have been.
No, you wake up grumpy Gus.
I am a grumpy Gus every morning. I've done better about that over the years now, but
nap.
But the other thing is I enjoy resting with her. As she almost opens the door to go, hey, it's okay. You're allowed to slow down for 4 hours. Sit on a couch, scroll TikTok, love on me. Or no, it'll be let me sleep, just sit right there. She don't want me going off and doing nothing, but she wants me sitting right there. You know, and if you know, it's just, she needs it. And we're each other's security blanket. She's my best friend, you're my best friend, and vice versa. And the security and peace that she offers is something to be desired. And I hope anybody listening finds that peace, and you'll find it through the good Lord above. We said it on the first episode, but all these struggles we faced up until 3 or 4 years ago, and started going to that church as a family every Sunday, and now we serve and we help out, and even though our mouths aren't the best sometimes, but we love our Jesus, and we try to do what's right. And rest after Sunday on a church, that's where I was going with that, is kind of our recoup time. And I know you guys are like, oh, I start thinking about Monday, and I do too. As soon as church is over, I try to rest, but I'm thinking about Monday. I'm thinking about Wednesday. I'm thinking about Friday. I'm thinking about, okay, that smooth machine, all the things, all the questions are going to be coming. But I turn that off. And I have learned 6, 7 o'clock, you can start that. But the afternoon, rest. Let your mind rest. Let your body rest. Some days are better than others. 2 weekends, 3 weekends ago, I was stressed out of my mind. But I'm just trying to show you guys that it's not like, it doesn't ever go away. You have to constantly choose those moments with your family out of grind mode.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Mama, I got one for you.
Okay.
How do you make space for things outside of work? Family time, personal time, rest, when there's always something else that needs doing?
I mean, I don't know. Because there's always something else that needs...
A list of things.
Yes, always. But it's just, prioritizing and, I really, really love making a list. I have them everywhere, all over the house, all the time. One for every occasion.
Taught me how to make lists.
Yeah. they're glorious things. But I don't really know. Like, I just, over the years, I would let it consume me and not know how to get everything done. Then I'd feel like a bad mom because I'm like focusing on the work and, feeling like a bad business partner because I'm not like dealing with what I need to be dealing with in the office, or feeling like a bad wife because I'm doing mom things and business partner things. But, as we've progressed through this chaotic life, I've just realized that, there's only a few things that are going to completely take us out. And, luckily we've got the good Lord on our side. And so I've just got to have faith that everything is going to be okay. And so, I have to be able to put things to the side, and prioritize the moment because, work deserves that little bit of slice of the pie, and you deserve that little bit of slice of the pie, and the kids each deserve that little bit of slice of the pie. And so, if
100% of the pie, honestly, we all do. But it's hard.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. You can't. But to be able to do what I can in every aspect, I have to fully commit to that portion of what I'm doing at that time. And so it gets overwhelming and it gets frustrating sometimes. Feels like I'm constantly just running in circles. But, I just have to prioritize what is most important in the moment,
Literally, that's one of our mottos. I don't know. I can remember the day and I just spit it out one day. Just prioritize the moment. And I was just stressed. And it's one of those conversations like, hey, I really need an answer out of you, like right now, so I can make this decision tomorrow. And Mama Bear's over here. I'm not saying I remember right, but it was more of a kid pressing moment rather than it was a work pressing moment. And I'm like, prioritize the moment. And my delivery was so bad, but she did come back and was like, no, I understand the prioritize the moment thing, and heard her start using it, but it would have been better delivered if I would have used it in a different way. And I'm glad it slipped out because I've lived by it as well. Yeah. Blue Collar Performance Marketing guys, results-driven marketing agency. Been working with them about 9 months now, getting my results every single 30 days, like you should be too. They are the real deal. And there's tons of marketing companies out there, but you need a results-driven marketing company that's willing to analyze and see what's working and what's not, so they're not just sitting there taking your money. And Ike and his team provide extreme value. That's who we use at SciCon. Still to this day, they offer PPC, which is pay-per-click advertising, social media management, website development, emails, marketing, and content strategy. That's who helps us. That's on the YouTube side, podcastvideos.com, their team here. This beautiful studio. We're in the newsroom today. Help us out on the podcast. But Ike is behind the scenes helping me strategize everything in the right direction. Jump over to bcperformancemarketing.com, BCB /podcast, or click the link in the description below. Ike will give you a free discovery call and a free complete analyze of what your marketing current strategy is. And if it's non-existent, maybe you need a website, give him a ring. So this last little bit of dessert, as we've been going through our date night, man, the main courses have been main courses.
Yeah.
My God. A big one for me that I was terrible at for a long, long, long time. Scheduling and planning and list making and all of those things. I was terrible at it, and Sarah was much, much, much better at it. Now the rules a little bit dip on the planning and the scheduling. You're still the queen list maker, there's no doubt. But I have 2 different sets of books that I run lists on. We have a whole year calendar. It's not fully updated in our room, but it carries our personal dates that we want to that I need to put into my calendar, or Sarah puts them in there. But anything that mama needs me to see from the kids, etc., it's on that calendar. I have another year calendar in my office to be looking at, and it's more weather related and more significant events for business. But then I have my Outlook calendar. That's the actual dead set. And
that's the day-to-day, where you need to be at what time.
And if it's on that calendar, I will be there. If not, I won't be there. And how I set that calendar, where I'm going with this here, guys, just follow me. But how I set that calendar, hey, mama, what we got going on in the next 3 months? Well, Colt's starting football again. We got flag football. He made the AU baseball team, or we're starting up rec league again. Oh, Sadie's got cheer, and Baby K's got 3 appointments this week, and I really would love to get my nails done at some point. Okay. Well, I mean, and there for this spring, 7 days a week, we had baseball, football, baseball, football, football, baseball. Every day of the week, other than Sundays. But we squeezed a practice in there. It was challenging on top of everything else. But I made that the prioritization first. That's what hit my calendar first, his entire baseball schedule, cheerleading, football, all of that made it onto my work calendar first. And then I schedule around it. Okay, go to the team. What's the next most important things? Start prioritizing, put them on the calendar to move on. But if you guys don't have that calendar together, I severely encourage you to start today, because there's things that are important to my beautiful wife here that are majorly important to her that are, if you screw this up, Si, you ain't coming home with teeth. And it may be on a 1 Richter scale on my world, but if she doesn't share with me how important this is, and how do they do that, gentlemen? Well, they tell us 3 times, right? Well, if you literally, she'll be telling me a date, and I'll grab my phone, and if it's something of importance, I'm sitting there putting it into Outlook right then, so I don't freaking forget. I still forget things, don't get me wrong, my God. But at the same time, we have set our family's priorities first, and then we start into the work priorities. And
absolutely.
Go ahead.
And I think that, especially with school coming up, about to get started again, we've kind of, pulled away from it a little bit while we were in summer break. But Sunday evenings, we do a calendar check. I pull up my calendar. He pulls out his calendar. We make sure all the important stuff is on both things. And, just ensure that I know where he's going to be at. He knows where I'm going to be at. His important things, my important things. And it really allows for us to support each other instead of work against each other.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we did that for a lot of years. That's
yeah, we did.
Fun.
No, it's fine.
And that's because my wife was like, you've got to write this crap down. And this is what I'm telling you guys on the show all the time. I struggled with all of this stuff starting off. I was not a great list maker. I didn't run a schedule. I didn't have a company schedule. I didn't have a personal schedule. I just willy-nilly it all. Well, and then you wonder why you can't ever make it to nothing. Well, that's because you're not playing it. And you're only as good as your plan. Don't get me wrong. We're in the underground construction business. It changes every 3.5 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
But we make the plans. God makes the paths.
Yeah.
And that's something that's actually on her mirror here. As of late, I read in a book, but I can't take credit for that. But I encourage you guys this week, if you haven't, this is what we're trying to do. There's a challenge from the first episode. Go check that out, guys. But it's another little challenge here for you guys moving forward. And hopefully you guys are getting a little bit of value out of this. And maybe it's just the husband side of things. Maybe you share it with your wife, or maybe it's the wife that's found this episode and shares it with her husband. But talk about it with each other and talk about hopefully some points that we've proved, hey, that right there, they struggled with it too. We're struggling with this. Can we please just sit down and talk about it?
Yeah.
I truly hope and pray that those doors are open for you guys, especially in your younger 30s, or if you're in your 20s and you're trying to figure this out, for the blue-collar skilled trade space and employ 10, 20, 30 people. They're depending on you. And they're depending on your relationship being rock solid so you can be a leader in your business. So here's a little challenge for the week. Sit down for 15 minutes and do a marriage calendar check. We do it on Sunday nights. You're right. In summertime, we've definitely alleviated off. Summer's been fun this year. I got to say, we haven't done any vacations. We've been working away this year. We made that deal together this year, and we were going to work through what we had to work through this year. So we can have vacations the rest of our lives. Yep. But this year was a grind. Sorry guys, a little off track there. Sit down Sunday night, could be Friday night before you guys start the weekend, whatever. But usually Sunday moving in to Monday, ask your husband what's coming up at work could cause stress, or ask your wife, hey, what's in your world? AP lady, AR lady, who's stressing you out because you can't get them to answer the phone to get Jimmy Bob. Pick up that checkbook, Jimmy Bob. Give me a check. And that's where she just gets to 10, and I got to step in and go, hey, man, where the heck is our money? Or it may be from, hey, baby, I really got to pay this bill, but I really don't think, in the early years, I don't really think we owe them that much. I think we've already paid them. Thank God for QuickBooks and all the things we learned over the years, hey? But it may be, when can you carve out pocket of time, even just an hour, that's not about business or chores?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm going to be honest.
Please.
When you're raising a young family, there may not be a time that you can carve out that's not 9 o'clock when the kids go to bed. But it is important, and I suggest that you ask, touch base. Is there anything that you've been stressing about that's been heavy on your heart that, that you've been avoiding, that you want to touch base on before it, builds that seed of resentment? And, so just touch base.
Literally, and be honest.
Yeah.
Hey, no, this is really bugging me. It's your best friend. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And if they got to continue guessing every single day, that's not how we treat our friends. We're supposed to be honest up front. Yes, we love each other so deeply that we know if we tell her exactly how we're feeling, it might hurt her feelings, or she might hurt mine. But you know what? That little bit of hurt right then and there is so much better than the continued daily hurt that I'm going to put her through or she's going to put me through.
Absolutely.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining episode 2 of Date Night. Yeah. This has been really fun, babe. I can't thank you enough for co-hosting in here. We're almost at episode 50. And so, what episode were you? Like number 4 or 5? I can't quite remember. You were in the top 10 because you a 10 girl. What's up? But just a reminder to you guys, man, you're not alone. There's couples struggle to stay connected in major busy seasons, let alone if you're building a business together, building a family together. I encourage you guys, truly, do a quick calendar check.
Yeah.
Find out what's important to each other. And next week's episode is about conflict and communication.
Can we have our communication jingle? Communication sure does help.
Stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fun little episode. Small reminder, guys, if you've loved these episodes or any of the other episodes and it's brought you value, if you wouldn't mind sharing it with somebody, make sure you're subscribed on the podcast platform that you're listening to, or jump over to the bluecollarbusinesspodcast.com to watch or listen at every single episode for free. You don't have to have a subscription. You can listen to it right there from the desktop version. But if you do have a podcast platform, give us a rating, share it with somebody. And till next time, part 3 is coming at you with communication and conflict. Y'all be safe, be kind, be humble. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a like, share it with the fellers, check out our website to send us any questions and comments about your experience in the blue collar business. Who do you want to hear from? Send them our way and we'll do our best to answer any questions you may have. Till next time, guys.